Yeah, did that work? I presume that worked. That way, it's like a seamless thing where you don't get that weird, awkward effect where the camera up in the ceiling is like where it takes 45 seconds to warm up. It's like I've got a goddamn overhead projector on there. You guys remember those? I don't know. Like I feel like viewers that are younger than a certain age will have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Well, I guess that's still a thing though, because when you have the projectors mounted on the roof that do the computer screen, those take an ungodly amount of time for the bulbs to warm up anyways. But yeah, I remember when I was in like elementary school, people didn't have like electronic projectors on the ceiling. They had these god-awful overhead projectors that were like the size of a fucking computer tower. And it's just a big light box that illuminated up into a mirror and then just shot it on the wall, and you could draw on the thing. And then the teacher always kept a little spritzer bottle of Windex and would clean the top of it off. If you went to if you're young but you went to a particularly impoverished school district, you probably still had one of those. The school district I went to was so fucking broke that I remember when I was in second grade, which would have been like the beginning of the 90s, the early 90s. I remember the specific year. When I was in second grade, we used I don't know the width of the film, but a reel-to-reel projector to watch a couple of educational scientific films that had to have been filmed in the goddamn 70s if they were on reel-to-reel, like actual like film stock that they just spooled up and ran. Yeah, that was a disaster. Well, you guys, welcome to Gatorbox. I'm glad some of y'all Demonic Void fans are on. Y'all are making me feel less old. Hopefully this week's show will go off without a hitch. We're going to be opening up some viewer mail in just a second by request of some of the folks that very graciously sent some stuff to the post office box. And then, of course, after the break, we have the return of this stupid thing, the Zone 60. I just hang on to the box. Also, Sheep, thank you for the raid. Oh fuck, hit the computer with that. I'm always so nervous that any type of like physical, even the most minute physical trauma to this laptop will be the thing that kill it. But I get to show this off. How about that? Look, guess who fixed the bit sign again? We have a couple of ground rules, a couple of house rules if you're going to send me anything. Namely, don't send me anything hateful or political. Sometimes those go hand in hand. Don't send me anything perishable. And don't send me anything that is alive or was alive. And don't, like, abuse government programs for, like, I don't know, contraceptives. If you send me a box of 100 condoms, I ain't gonna get laid 100 fucking times. It's gonna go to waste, okay? So don't waste money like that. So anyways, without further ado, I have 2 packages sent to the post office box. You guys know I usually do things in threes, but the folks who sent this week's stuff in, they kind of asked, you know, when I would open it. And then they requested, well, could you just go ahead and just, like, not do 3 this time and just do the 2? So I was like, whatever, sure, why not? So I usually like to do things in threes, but instead we just have 2. But we do have 2 very large packages. Like, these are proper, like, big-ass things. So, Marley, no, I don't get laid 100 times a week. Ain't that some shit? God... who would have thought? Who would have thought that, you know, this guy right here? I'm not just the pussy slayer, but or whatever the gay equivalent to that is, the LGBT, the dick bandit. I'm not I'm not one of those either. I don't know if that's the term. I don't actually know. But this first big ass package comes to us from Miss Tabitha Bunny. She's been hanging out in chat. She's been around for quite a while. She's also one of our subs, one of the Twitch subs, one of the $5 footlongs. Do people say that on Twitch? Has anybody claimed the name $5 footlong crew? Because that's definitely what what you guys are gonna be. Wavecube, he's in chat right now. He also has something coming my way, but it's from eBay or some online website, and that did not arrive in time. So maybe next week I'll do a little bit of that. I'll see if anything else shows up, because I think somebody else was also ordering something, so we might have viewer mail back to back. Now, I've never seen these before. I'm gonna move this out of the way because this is a big package. I know that these Ready Post things are stuff that you get, that they sell at like the USPS, but I've never seen a cushion mailer, and it's soft. I thought there was maybe a T-shirt in here, but I don't know if that's just the cushion I'm feeling. But I will say, holy shit, does this mailer suck, because like there's a little tear in it right here, and you can see that it's just stuffed with, like, I don't know, old carpet, shredded newspaper or something. But this right here gets all over the place, and when it's all over the hardwood floor in the kitchen over there, because I didn't realize there was holes that had been ripped in it from being in transit, so it made a fucking mess. So that's why they invented bubble wrap. Anyways, yes, cushion material made from 100% recycled fibers. So, you know, that's maybe like used toilet paper. I don't know if that's what that means. That's Tabitha, you're fine. It's just, I've never seen a package like this before. I've only ever seen like the ones that have bubble wrap on the inside, so I mean, it doesn't surprise me that they make these, but it's weird that they like still make them. But anyways, it's got one of these easy open tabs right here. Now, usually somebody else involved with the stream, you know, kind of vets packages from new senders, but Tabitha, you've been here long enough that I feel like I could trust you, so please don't make me regret this. Let's take a little peek about what we got inside the... I was right, there is not a T-shirt in there. It's the whole... The thing that made me think there was a shirt is that it was just the packaging. And inside we've got... Oh jeez, hang on. We've got a Ziploc bag full of... Well, I see collectible coins. You guys know that that's my thing, because collectively, you guys keep sending me fucking coins. Last time we opened up viewer mail, we got Bitcoins, and then in the past, somebody sent me an anime titty coin. So I look forward to what we got in here. Anyways, I'm gonna take this thing on the top, and this is actually like a proper like. That's like a case. What is... I mean, it looks old. Did you... Oh, hang on. Okay, I was looking at the bottom of it. That helps. It says United States of America, and I was thinking maybe it was like a watch, but I was like, I don't know. And... Oh, dude, no way. Hang on. Did you... Is this legit just like a... Like actual... Are these service medals? This is the Ordnance Corps, USA. I think is this a naval pen? Hang on. Those look kind of like cannons. Also, the word Corps makes me think that. Is that? Hang on. Now I noticed there is an iron cross, but this says rifle. I don't think in the context of like what this is, I don't think this is the Iron Cross. I think this shape has been used on several things before, because then there's another one that says mechanic underneath it. So these two together, I think they go hand in hand. So if there's a Twitch moderator watching this right now, please don't lock my stream. I don't think that's what that is, but hey, if there is a Twitch moderator watching, we got one of these. I don't know what this means in the context of the military, but you know, it's pretty close to Twitch's agenda. So let's just focus on that one. Also, yeah, Buster Keaton Rules says that's one of the non-German Iron Crosses, so it's not the bad kind. It's one of those fucking shapes that Hitler kind of ruined for everybody. Kind of like how is the swastika, it's like a Hindu symbol, right? I know it means like peace or good luck. It's a symbol of faith in some places. But that's when it's like a square, but when you turn it 45 degrees, suddenly we have a problem. Tabitha says this one is the Marksman Badge, and then underneath it, wow, there's like this. Wait, this one says "Mend the Broken Sword," and I thought there's 2 of these in here. I was trying to see if there was like a maker's mark or a date on the back, but I didn't see one there. There's a few other of these that go in there. And again, I know that these are technically, I don't know the specific name, but they're for different levels of service, participation in specific wars or certain achievements. I don't know if making this comparison is going to be is going to seem offensive, but I think these are kind of like, I guess what you would call merit badges in a way, where these are earned for having achieved certain things. There's 4 of those, but I noticed that this green and blue one, the one that's like almost the Gatorbox colors, actually has like a matching. Hang on. There's like a proper medal in here for that it goes with. This is a military achievement medal, and that's in a case. I think this is the case that these all came in. And then there's like a cuff link, or I don't know if I should take it out because I don't know if it comes out. But right here there's a matching bar, and then I think this one either goes in here or down here. I'm not sure, but this is actually what's in the case, is that little display case. So these all came together, and then these are also some type of service bar as well. Service ribbons. Thank you, Tabitha. I'm not like super up to date on my military terminology. I'm sure there's. The GatorUNbox is a good way for people to test my knowledge on various topics and whether or not I'm able to make them entertaining in a honorable way. But I know there's a lot of folks out there that take the military very seriously. I'm one of those people that I might not always agree with every war that this country participates in, but I do think our veterans are deserving of respect and support, especially when they come back home. So I get real sentimental about that. My grandfather was in the military, both of them actually. So every time I visit my uncle, who has my grandfather's service medals, they're always on the wall over there, along with the flag that was given to us at his funeral. So there's a few more of these service ribbons here, and then these are larger ones. So I'm not sure what the border, I'm not sure what relevance the border has, but they look, I mean, they're larger than the smaller ones over here. So this is actually a really interesting assortment of little medals and badges, and that's like not even, there's like more stuff in here too. So let me, is there something wrapped in the, let me, okay, well, whatever's in the tissue paper is in another Ziploc bag, so that's, oh dude, what? Okay, hang on. There are some more pins in here. I collect lapel pins. I don't know if you still call these lapel pins, especially when they're given out, you know, circumstantially as forms of awards. So, you know, these aren't going to be in the same collection as like my fucking Disney World pins of like Robin Hood and the fucking Rescue Rangers. But I do actually have a few pins related to achievement and service, and these will go with those. But there's another Marksman Badge in here. And well, okay, you guys. Okay, Tabitha, I think I see what's up. Okay. It doesn't matter what type of service you've been in. It doesn't matter what wars you've been in, what battles you've fought, because right here you can get yourself the Rifleman Marksman Medal, or something that's a little bit more my speed. I think is the Boulder Badge from the Pokemon Trading Card League. So, you know... Imagine sharing those 4 stars with people. We lost a few good med in Nam. Yeah, I lost my Blastoise while I was fighting Agatha in the Elite Four. Who? What? So this next one is actually right back to being another badge. This one is this one's stamped Louisiana, and I believe that might be the state flag of Louisiana. I really can't read that. I'm partially fucking blind. It was easier for me to read this when it was zoomed in, actually. There we go. Union, justice, and confidence. We got a pot leaf for all the 420 fans out there. All of the vape shops around town that used to, you know, be all 420 friendly, now it's all CBD oil, so it's kind of the same thing. So, got one of those. Next time I see one of my buddies, I think I might wear this over to his place and see if he says anything. I'll put it right here on my jacket and see if he notices. He'd get a kick out of that. If his brother were still alive too, he'd laugh his ass off. This one looks like another award of some sort. This one's the Wheels of Distinction, and they're kind of interlocked together, like it's like that magic trick where they go and then they're linked. That one actually matches this one kind of looks like it's the same style as that, so those might actually go together. See, this one, now this is the one where I feel kind of bad, because I have a lapel pin version of, I think this might be a cufflink? I'm not actually sure how that back part comes off, but it looks like a torch of some kind. But I'm not entirely sure what the torch represents, but I do have, there are 2 of them here. And then I can tell there's, I thought this was another Pokemon badge, but I mean, it can be. Whoever would have this one would be a real motherfucker, though. This is like the actual Grim Reaper skull, the Ace of Spades, with the sickle. This clearly has some type of connotation, because isn't there a Motorhead song called Ace of Spades? And that's kind of like a 80s metal type thing. Oh no, this next one is, what does that say on the back? Okay, well the copyright on the back of this one says Marvel. So when I flip it over and I look at this, I'm not going to mistakenly say, I don't know what type of military or service relation this one has, and then somebody would say, this doesn't, Draco, it's a fucking Marvel pin, you goddamn idiot. And I'd say, well, my apologies. That's very disrespectful. In game, I don't know what this one is. I haven't seen any Marvel movies, so I don't recognize some of them. This one is just a proper standard cross. What I like about some of these lapel pins, though, is that they have 2 stoppers on the back, which means that well, it's probably actually specifically in this case, it's so that when you put this on, this doesn't accidentally happen. Even though technically this is supposed to be an even more religious version of the cross, because, you know, saints who were crucified upside down, they didn't want to be crucified in Jesus' image, because they were not as holy as him. So that's what the upside down crucifix is. But, you know, movies like The Exorcist and shit kind of drove it into everybody's heads that an upside down cross is the bad one. But technically it's even more devout. But I do think it's funny that this one's got 2 pinbacks on it for that reason. And then, okay, there's one more Pokemon badge in here. But I'm not going to bring it out at the same time as this one, because I do realize this one is the Prisoners of War Missing in Action badge. See a lot of these at that traveling exhibit. The Vietnam Wall actually comes through here either every year or every other year, and there's a lot of memorabilia like this that's always on display with the things that come out and get set up. Mostly just because, I mean, even though that was such a recent thing, I mean, there were still so many people that actually never returned home, and nobody knows what happened. And it's kind of unfortunate you think about it, because like the more time that goes on, it's like, yeah, they're probably dead. So I don't know, just not having that kind of closure is bad. But I know this next one's going to be another Pokemon badge, because I can see the copyright on the back. So let's lift our spirits a little bit. And this one is another. We got dubs. I beat him twice. Got him. Put him right there. You know, Gary Oak, when he opens up his jacket, he's got all the badges, including some that don't exist. Well, boom! I got 2 of these right there. Got doubles. So nice. I beat him twice. This looks like a mouse pad. No, this is given by the size. This is like a proper like for playing cards on, like Magic the Gathering. And I'm gonna peek at it real quick. Okay, this one. I just wanted to make sure that like. I wanted to make sure you didn't send me like an anime titty one, because if that was the case, I have, you know, I kind of can't show that on Twitch. Let me move the cola so I don't knock it over, because this is big, and I believe this is actually original artwork from Tabitha herself. This looks an awful lot like her style, and it's also signed down here in the corner. It's also dated 2013, so this one's pretty old, but I think she's got a really incredible art style. It's reminiscent of, man, I don't know. It's like that comic book style, but that really kind of edgy, independent comic book style, like the type of art that is a little too rough to make it into like DC and Marvel. It's not refined, but it's really like guttural. I like that. There's some words hidden in here. It says the web of, and I'm looking for the other, if there's any other words. Take a look at this. If I go all the way over here, this says king. This is okay, I'm reading it the wrong direction. It says king of the web. There we go. Figured it out. This is really neat, and I'm almost like, because I know it looks like this was drawn directly on the material. I know they sell blank card. There's a name for this. Card mat, I think, is what it's called. I used to work at a hobby store, and we sold some of these, but most of the ones that people showed up with were like Magic the Gathering, Planeswalkers ones, and you know, at one point it used to be like black and gray, but there's enough Cheeto dust on it that it's now fire themed mat, and that's actually pretty gross. This one though, like, I don't know, I still play Pokemon TCG on rare occasion that I find someone to play with, but like, I know with these, like, I have a mouse pad for my other computer that is just printed on, so I don't really care about it. But like, this one is, you know, you can't use it. I mean, you could use it as a mouse pad, but it's too big. This one might just be something to like frame and not actually use, because if it's white and I'm starting to rub on it and get dirt on my hands and stuff, I don't want to ruin the art style though. Thank you, Tabitha. I actually, and of course I did notice, you know, I've had somebody's butt facing the camera for most of this reveal, but I don't think bare asses will get me in trouble on Twitch. I tell you what though, that buddy of mine who I was thinking about wearing the pot thing for, this one, he would beg me for that. He'd be like, "Where did you get that? Let me buy that from you. I want one." Let me move these over here. This last bag, these are the coins, and I believe, knowing now that there's so much military and service memorabilia in here, these are not going to be like goofball bullshit coins like the Dogecoin that somebody sent me and the Donald Trump coin and stuff like that. The specific name for these are challenge coins, I believe, and basically what that means is it's kind of a game that people in service play, and there's certain coins that commemorate certain things, and everybody involved with it receives a coin, and you're supposed to keep it with you. And you basically, if you have your coin and somebody else whom you know was issued one, you challenge them, and if they don't have it, then they buy you a drink or something. It's something like that. So what we have here are a few of those, and I'm just going to go straight down the stack here. This first one is this is the one from the Marine Corps. Whoop. If it's going to focus, there we go. And then on the other side is just, again, that's just the seal read that. The Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States. So this is just this is more or less kind of just like the really basic stamped coin. I'm sure there's a lot of these out there. So this is kind of, it's one of those communal things, kind of like how, oh, I don't know. I'm trying to compare it to something. I guess a good way to compare, you know, since I got a you know, one of these earlier, I got some Pokemon badges. It's kind of the same way as like people who did participate in the Pokemon League. They always get these, and you kind of keep these around with you to kind of show that you were there. You know, you're given coins like this, and after not graduation, but for like completing, oh, I don't know, I don't want to say basic training because we're talking about the Marine Corps here, but I'm really kind of showing my lack of knowledge. But basically, for being in the Marine Corps, coins like that are given out, and then some of these actually have resin, colored resin in them. So these are going to be these are going to be proper challenge coins. Also, howdy, Aetherwolf. Welcome to the stream. You're just in time to see this beautiful slogan for the Delta Company 702D Main Support Battalion. Fuel and electrical is the shiznit. Well, if that doesn't date this coin immediately, I don't know what does. And I also noticed that this right here is actually the same coat of arms from this pin badge. Also, Tabitha Bunny in chat says this is the one that she designed, and I've got to say this one's pretty fucking rad. Now, I did notice though it has the U.S. flag over here. This is the flag of South Korea, right? On the other side, because I noticed that would explain this inclusion of the service ribbon, because those flags both match. On the obverse, we have a, this will focus first, we have an F and E, fuel and electric, and then there's that symbol again right there, so I'm pretty sure that might, actually that looks like it's a bomb. Now that it's colored, it's clearly a bomb. I thought it was a torch. But you got your fuel, you got your electric, and then of course you have the crew person and their uniform right there as well. We'll check them out one at a time. So this next one is the 3 servicemen statue. And over on the obverse, again, this seal is on the back. It seems to be on the backs of some of these. So these, like I said, these maybe came from a set. And then, much like how we had the Department of the Navy, we have the Department of the Army for this one. Dated 1775, because you gotta have the Army before you have a country. It's not putting the cart before the horse. It's just the way it is. And then that same seal's on the back. And then yeah, okay. So I was just making sure that's the same from the same set. This is the Coast Guard. So we got the Army, the Navy, the Coast Guard, and then I believe this one might be Air Force related. I'm not sure. But I think this actually notes the series it came from. This is the Commemorative Collector Series, Huey. That's the I think that's the nickname for the chopper there. So these all came from a set. Like these 6 actually. So these 6 came from the set. And then this is the coin. This one's actually, it kind of stands out a little bit because of that clear resin. That it clearly feels different than the other ones. These were stamped. I think this was more of a fill job. That one's actually really. It just feels different because this one has that resin in it. It's like I could tell this one is more of a limited run kind of thing, and then these were meant to be collected. But thank you, Tabitha, for the service memorabilia. Like I said. I was not in the military, but many of my family members were. So these kinds of things, I don't know. At least growing up, these kinds of things always held some sort of reverence when I was growing up. So these will do the same. So thank you for sending those in, and I'm trying not to. It's an old case. I'm afraid I'm gonna break it. So let me gently pick these up, and I will see if I can salvage one of the Bitcoin cases for the coin 2 design, at least to keep my grubby fingers off of it and prevent it from tarnishing any further. And I have one more viewer mail package to open. This one is from RedRover Blues. And I didn't mean to draw out his name so weird. I just forgot what the second word was, so I tried to buy myself some more time, because he's always in chat as just RedRover. But this came in a flat envelope, and then this one I think is a t-shirt. And I'm not just saying that because I felt the same way about that one. This one's either a t-shirt or it's stuffed with shredded newspaper. Oh, and take a look at this. Easy open tab on the side. Did that actually rip? Okay, it did. I was gonna say I wasn't sure if that actually ripped deep enough to open all the way, and yeah, that is most certainly a t-shirt. So, before I grab that, there is a. Hang on, there's a piece. There's a paper. There's a piece of paper. This one's actually this is a piece of fan mail. So let me read this first. You know, if it's too personal, I don't want to like embarrass anybody, but. So this letter says, "To Draco, thanks for being who you are, for what you do, and for being an awesome, fun, and funny friend. You are and always will be the best Gator that I know. All the best, RedRover." And then he's got a little doodle here that says, "The best Gator in town." That's me. I earned that title. And then on the back, we got one of these, and it says, "Your level sucks." Too. Thank you, RedRover. Now I've got the same conundrum as the coin that Tabitha Bunny gave me, because if I want to, you know what I'll do? I'll do what I did when I got an autograph from H3 Productions. I'll scan the back of it that has the autograph, and I'll print that out, and that way I can display both sides at the same time, because I'll have a printout of one of the other sides. But I have the original. Thank you, RedRover. I'm gonna put that here so I don't lose it. And then this one, like I said, this one is a t-shirt, so okay. Making sure that I'm not like tossing anything aside. And judging by the tag, it's gonna be a Blockbuster t-shirt. Hang on. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Make it a Blockbuster night. It's also this one's 2XL, because I think he said he was gonna get me a shirt and they were out of just regular XL. So 2XL works. You know, knowing me, since I'm getting older, I can just grow into it. So I think we were actually talking about this the other day. When Blockbuster went tits up, somebody bought their assets, like their corporate assets and the rights to their logo and things like that. So they have full permission to do this. It's not, when you buy this t-shirt, it's not Blockbuster getting your money, because they're gone. They're dead and gone. It's whoever bought the rights to the Blockbuster trademarks that's getting that. So it's a really neat shirt. You guys, I used to work, I don't know if I've ever told, well, this isn't really a story proper, because I don't really have any specifics. I mean, I guess I could think of some. But I used to work at a Blockbuster Video as like one of the last ones that were open as the company was going bankrupt. And that was one of the most stressful and miserable things that I've ever done, that I've ever had to put up with. And it was really like, I mean, this was coming up on at least 10 years ago now. It's 2000, yeah. The store closed in the end of 2009, so it's 2019, so that would have been a whole decade ago. And basically, like, I think the corporate work week started on like Monday, and you would open the store on Monday, and there would be communication from HQ. I don't mean to sound like a secret agent. There would be messages, there would be email, electronic mail from corporate, and basically would be telling you like the deals, the specials, or whatever it was that they wanted us to try to push that week. And the company was fishtailing so badly that you'd go in Monday and it'd be like, okay, make sure to push, if you rent 3 movies from the 99-cent section, the customer will take 60 cents off a single pack of microwave popcorn. And I'm thinking, like, dude, you really think 60 cents? That's gonna make or break you? Like, that's where we're at? That's where we're at, huh? So, but then, like, you would go in on Wednesday, right? Because I was going to school at the time, so I didn't work, like, every day of the week, but would show up Wednesday. They would tell us what the plan was for the week, and then I'd go in on Wednesday, and they would, like, retcon, like, a third of it, and then modify this and change some things around and say, oh, okay, actually, they in order for us to still make money on this deal, they have to rent 4 movies from the 99-cent rack, and then we'll give them 60 cents off a thing of popcorn. I'm thinking, like, you guys really are fucking in trouble, aren't you? Because you're obsessing over microwave popcorn. This is going to sound even more pathetic, but I remember, like, somebody was telling my supervisor, the shift lead or whatever, the store manager, somebody was telling her to empty out the gumball machine all the time. Like, she would, at least once a week, I would see her fuck with the gumball machine and take, like, $2.50 worth of quarters out of the bottom of it. And then add that to, like, the night's tally at the end of the evening for the register or whatever. Thinking, like, dude, I mean, I guess if you have 5,000 stores nationwide and they've all got $2 in the gumball machine, that's $10,000 for a week. You multiply that by 52 weeks in a year. What was that, $520,000? It's boom, that's $500,000 right there, baby, out of the gumball machine. Make it a Blockbuster night. But that's what it was like working at a Blockbuster while they were, like, spiraling the fucking drain. It was miserable. I hated it. It was so depressing. But maybe I can think of some other stuff if you guys ever want to hear more Blockbuster stories, or if y'all have any weird questions about what it was like working at a company that thought Redbox was not worth worrying about. But RedRover, thank you for the Blockbuster shirt. I will make an effort to wear this the next time I stream, because I always like to wear the t-shirts that people give me. And this one seems like a little more acceptable t-shirt to wear than, you know, some of the other stuff I've gotten in the past. So. Fangerman, was it that Blockbuster that had the Andre movie? Yes. There was a movie with a comedy movie for kids released in the early 90s called Andre, and it was about a seal, I guess. And the cover of the movie had a seal with his tongue hanging out, and he was wearing sunglasses because he was cool. And then standing next to him on the movie cover is some kid dressed the way I'm dressed. And I remember we had a section. We had a section, like, one of the end caps at the Blockbuster was like staff picks, which is, you know, doesn't matter where you go. Barnes & Noble, Half Price Books, you know, GameStop, they've always got a staff pick section. And some people took it seriously, some people never put anything there, but under the little placard that said Andre for staff picks, I think I only ever put that movie there because it matched my name. I've never seen them, like, to this day, I've never seen that movie. I was at Best Buy the other day, just randomly looking to see if there was anything video game related that I gave a shit about. Spoiler alert, there was not. But I remember, like, walking past the DVD section, and it was just, like, in the clearance bin. I'm like, how is this still at Best Buy in 2019? Just in the clearance bin for, like, $3 or whatever. But that was the movie. You might remember last week we opened up 2 pieces of viewer mail, and I mentioned, you know, I kind of like to do things in threes on this channel. Whenever we unbox trading cards, when those videos eventually go on YouTube, we do 3 of them in one video. We also have, this week, Wavecube sent something in, and that just now arrived. So it was a little bit late getting here, so we're going to do it this week, and then when I edit the videos, I'm going to seamlessly, I'm wearing different clothes, seamlessly put them together, and we'll do that. This one comes to us from Wavecube. He, I think this came from an eBay seller, but I still blocked out the address information anyways, because you can never be too safe. I mean, you know, it just seems like a nice thing to do. But, like I said, oh no, Electric Sheep and Cities community, don't call them sheeple, that's awful. It's a good pun, but that's awful. Gatorbox gang, Gator gang, Gucci gang, better than the Gucci gang. What we got going on here, though, this came to us from Wavecube, so there's going to be a bit of a weird... Was that my phone? Where the hell did I put that so I can mute that? Hang on. So, this one was ordered off of eBay, and I don't know what it is, but it makes noise when you shake it. When I was feeling it around, I thought it was, honestly, when I picked it up at the post office, just immediately, for some reason, I thought it was just 2 Famicom games, and I realized that was kind of incorrect, because it doesn't, like, bend in the middle, and the more I felt it, I'm like, actually, it kind of feels like a CD case, but then I shook it, and unless the CD is broken, it's probably not a CD case. Or maybe it could still be a CD case, but the little, it might have one of those shitty things that holds the CD, and it has like those little, that ring a little plastic teeth facing inward that just always break and mess up and never hold CDs in very well anymore. So, let's take a look. I'm acting like a kid before Christmas, shaking the presents. You know how I am. Alright. Now, usually, again, like I said, I usually open these, or I have somebody else open them ahead of time and kind of vet the contents, but Wavecube, I believe, is a trusted member of the community, so, again, don't make me regret this. We go, and I'm going to, just like this. Okay, so I was correct. It was a CD. And the jingle jangle I hear is that the jewel case is broken. And the CD inside is... Oh! We were talking about this. It's Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion XL for the Xbox 360. There's a lot of X's in that. 3 of them to be exact. This is adult stream now. This is a... Okay, first of all, though, is the CD in okay shape? Because that jewel case got kind of fucked up. Yeah, it looks alright. I actually have a few empty Xbox cases I can put this in so that it won't, like, get further messed up. Put that back in there real nice. Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. Talking about, you know, games that I could stream if they get sent to me. Strangely enough, you guys seem to have a knack for sending me Xbox 360 games, because the last game we got was Deadly Premonition that Buster Keaton Rules sent in, and I kind of dog-eared that. I would like to finish it on the stream. I just haven't done that yet. Now I'm probably at the point where I should probably replay it again so I know what the hell I'm doing when we do go back to it. Anyways, Cartoon Network Punchland is basically kind of like, it's like a Super Smash Brothers game, I think, but it's with Cartoon Network characters, and this was kind of in that era when a lot of companies just felt the need to start trying to ape on the success of Smash Brothers. You had PlayStation Stars Battle Royale, PlayStation All-Stars, the Sony one that was like almost a good fighting game that turned out to not be very good. You had that one, and then you had like, what was the one on the Xbox? It was an arcade game. Fuck. I had a picture of like one of the dinosaur character from it as my avatar for the longest time. Small Arms. I think it was called Small Arms. That was basically a party brawler for the Xbox 360. I don't know if there was any others released for the Xbox. This unfortunately kind of came out during a generation of games where I had long since kind of stopped following. So I knew this game existed. I know what it's about. It's from Crave Entertainment, so you know, that's a fucking coin slip of a chance whether or not it's going to be a good game. It could be good or it could be total shit. They don't have a very good track record. I think we've even played a couple games by Crave that are not good. And if we haven't, then I know I've talked about them on the stream at some point before. But yeah, I will actually put this in my list of games I would like to play. I've been doing a bad job coming up with the schedule for the stream. It's been updated at the last minute, like every week for the past 2 months. So Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion arrived at a very opportune time because I've basically got an open schedule. So we could even do it as soon as next week, unless I go through my things and I'm like, oh, that's right, I meant to do this. So coming very soon to a Gatorbox near you, Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion, brought to you on the same platform as Jimmy John's Super Fast, Freaky Fast submarine sandwiches kart racing NASCAR game. So Wavecube, thank you for Cartoon Network. I'm gonna punch all your buns. Actually, what does it say right here? It says the going by the copyright information on the disc, it appears the TV shows represented are Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, off to a fantastic fucking start. Chowder, instantly redeemed. Codename Kids Next Door. I fucking hate Codename Kids Next Door, okay? Don't even try to give me some bullshit about how I was, oh, Draco, you were, by the time that show came out, you were 16 years old, or whatever, 17, you just, you're too old to enjoy Codename Kids Next Door, and that's why you don't like it. You know what? The guy that made that made Sheep in the Big City, which was a much better cartoon. Codename Kids Next Door has a very curious history on this channel. It is responsible for the only copyright strike that we've gotten on YouTube, and it just so happens that as of Tuesday this week, August 12th, 2019, that copyright strike actually finally expired off of my channel. And what happened is, every year, we do a charity marathon to raise money for Extra Life. We've done it every year since 2013, and every time we do the marathon, whenever we reach certain milestones, we do what's called a 15-minute game challenge, where I reach into a box of, pieces of paper and we pull out a challenge, and I've got 15 minutes to do that challenge. Doesn't matter if I die when I do it, as long as I get the challenge done within 15 minutes, it's considered a pass. And one of the challenges we did, they're written by the community. They're written by people that help work on the stream, people that watch the stream, which reminds me, we need to get on those pretty soon here, because it's coming up in November and I'm totally out. But Roastmaster, one of the staff writers here at GatorBox, who was formerly involved with some of our projects, he wrote some of the challenges that went into the prize box many, many, many years ago, the challenge box. And one of them was Game Boy Advance Video, codename Kids Next Door. And when I opened up the piece of paper to read what the challenge was simply to endure one episode of Codename Kids Next Door. And because the episode's like 11, 12 minutes long, they fit within the 15-minute. That was the joke. So all I had to do was load up the ROM, turn on the episode. I think it was the one with like the carrots, the roots that grow everywhere. And we just sat there and just watched a horribly compressed episode of this shitty cartoon on stream for charity, because we raised enough money to get a challenge. And that was that. I told a few jokes on top of it. We were goofing off. And what ended up happening is, years down the road, like earlier this year, it was manually flagged as a copyright violation because Cartoon Network or whoever the fuck saw the video in all its compressed shitty glory and said, that's ours. And we didn't just get like demonetized, they filed a fucking strike against us. And that stayed on the channel for like 3 or 4 months or whatever, and it just now recently expired. So, yeah, thanks Codename Kids Next Door. I realize it's probably my own damn fault for, I guess, uploading an episode of the show onto YouTube, but I kind of figured the whole video looks like it's mosaic censored. Like, you can't even tell what the fuck is going on, blown up to the size, like, to fit on the screen for streaming. I guess if you're watching it on, like, a screen that's, like, I can't even find something small enough in my vicinity to, like, demonstrate a Game Boy Advance screen. But if you're watching it on a screen, like, that big, I guess it looks good. It's like watching a trailer on the internet in 1995, where it's, like, avatar-sized, because you make it any larger, it turns into a fucking mess. Basically, it looks like we were watching it on Real Player, and so we got a strike for that, and that was thanks to Codename Kids Next Door. So thanks for that. The next one, Dexter's Laboratory. That's a good show. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, which is a show that I think everybody's just forgotten about. Billy and Mandy, which is also pretty good. Johnny Bravo, which is great. Flapjack, another good one, and of course, oh wait, the Powerpuff Girls and Samurai Jack. Weren't those made by the same? No, that was Dexter's Laboratory and Samurai Jack. Jendi Tartakovsky or whatever did both of those. That's an alright thing. But it mentioned, oh wait, hang on, wait a minute. At the very end, it mentions Captain Planet and the Planeteers. Holy shit. You tell me Captain Planet's in this fucking game? Are you... I totally forgot that Captain Planet was a production of Turner Broadcasting System, the channel that owns Cartoon Network. I totally forgot they own the rights to that. Well, I guess the power's mine. Holy shit. Now I want to play it. We're just not gonna do tonight's stream. We're gonna go straight to this instead, I guess. I don't know. Wavecube. Thank you for sending in the game. We will play it hopefully very soon. In fact, by the time this goes on YouTube, we may have already played it because I am hilariously far behind uploading stuff onto YouTube. I'm sorry. But if you'd like to send something to the GatorBox Post Office Box, you can send it to GatorBox, Post Office Box 2429, Fulton, Texas 78358. If you just put GatorBox as a name, if whatever you're ordering or sending or whatever, if you're gonna buy from like AliExpress or whatever, if it requires a first and last name, just put Gator and Box. Most of the time they don't check that shit, so you could just break it up into two names. So that's how you do it. We'll play this very soon. So I'll set that over yonder. And now I figure the Xbox 360 sounds like a decent candidate for a GatorUNbox episode. Why? Because it's a time bomb. I don't know if it's still on his channel, but speaking of unboxing an Xbox 360, Ashens had a very short-lived series called Through the Tech Hole, and in it he disassembled an Xbox 360. This was like a couple years, a year and a half even, into the system's life, when people were just now realizing that they were just starting to just die in Red Ring at random. And he opened up an Xbox 360, and it was full of like just stupid props and shit, and one of them was the warranty banana, which was just a banana just dead ass sitting in the middle of the system. And he said, when the warranty banana turns brown, that means your warranty has expired. And he picked it up, and it was like kind of half molted, like mottled, almost brown, and he was like, well, this one's still good, but only just so. It's that weird type of British humor that I really liked. Let me take a drink real quick. Alright, so I wanted to open that one and get that out of the way, and I wasn't sure how long it was going to take because I didn't know what was going to be in there. So I figured, let's go ahead, and we got the Prize-O-Matic over there. So let's spin the prize wheel and we'll get a pack of trading cards. Thanks for checking out this video. Leave a like if you liked it, leave a dislike if you didn't. Either way, your feedback is appreciated. And you can also subscribe to GatorBox if you like this content and want to see more of it from us. Catch us live Friday nights at 9 p.m. Central at twitch.tv/GatorBox. If you'd like to support this channel, you can do so at patreon.com/GatorBox or streamlabs.com/GatorBox.